In this video, we're going to be starting a new series where we go over my game to see what I do right and wrong so you guys can hopefully pick up some tips as well. This game had a pretty insane ending, so you're going to want to stick around. So right here, I'm dropping it stealthy and you can see that there's no one else at Pleasant. So I think to myself that I'm going to loot up as efficiently as possible and push over there instantly. It's really important to know your drop spot so you can get the best loot as fast as possible. And you can see this here as I land up top, get a shotgun and full shield instantly. Then I quickly loot up a bit more, pop the launch pad and head over to Pleasant. If you know your drop spot like this, it can give you real advantages coming into all of your games. So as I push over to Pleasant, I hear this player next to this house, so I begin to build up immediately. I go up a bit, but then I see that this player is just going to crank forever, so I go for a little chop out play to bait him down off height. After a while, I see him drop down and I instantly go for height and build up over him on the other side. If you're ever in a situation like this, just remember that you do not have to crank up with these maniacs, and you can just go back down and chill. Unfortunately, I don't place his ramp, so I get under his ramp. But I take all the walls and box him up, and that allows me to get a free kill. Let's watch that part again. I immediately get all the walls around him so he can't take any right hand peeks. Then as he goes to edit, I back up and I phase his ramp for a free shot. Then as I see he has his blueprints out, I immediately take the cone and end the fight easily. I see this next guy breaking down a house and I go for some tags. I crack him immediately and build up for height. This is important because many people mess up this part, but you should always take opportunities for height like this. He's just not holding his build, so I get a free elim now. After 9 hours of running around the map, I spot those two players gliding and take some shots at them. Then I get immediately to Slurpee because I know they're going to be fighting there and I want a third party. This guy's just boxed up and I have no clue what he's doing. I spend ages taking his walls and he gets away. Right after that, when he's not looking, I take his wall and my shot flies straight through his head. I try to phase into his box right here, but unfortunately I don't get in. I double swing at his wall, but it's okay. And then this guy lands on height, so I just build up immediately to get high ground. He was pretty clueless, so that's a free clean up for me. Try to get as much of the loot as possible before another guy pushes up. And then this guy just somehow walks straight into my box, whiffs every shot and I get a free elim. I have to go in and finish with the P90 instead of taking a safe right hand peek because I hear another player pressuring us. As I drop down here, I get this guy full box pretty easily. Take some nice peeks on a ramp, but I miss all the edits, then I miss another shot and I miss another few more shots and then I get the elim. Pretty nice. This other guy pushes up and I do a really good job of boxing him up straight away, but he gets my wall in the process, so I have to back out. Here is a perfect example of that fast and slow playstyle that I always talk about, and where I take a break in the fight to just regather my thoughts and see how aggro this guy is. Now this is a perfect example of piece control from behind cover or right hand peeks. First, as he drops down, I get the cone over him instantly. Then as he goes for the other wall, I take this crossbox peek through a right hand wall edit, and then I'm able to box him up. Unfortunately, I do miss the shot, but then I bait him with a pickaxe swing to get another free shot, and then from there, it's a pretty easy finish. Bop. Right hand peeks to piece control from behind cover is becoming the new meta, and I recommend all of you to practice it a lot. Now I use a launch pad because I have like 3 more and I really want to find some more fights because it's early season arena, I'm grinding the points, you know? This guy takes some shots at me, so I go and build up on him. Like the other clip in Pleasant, I build up for a bit and then I slow down and take a pause. I say 99% of the time, taking a pause like this in a build fight allows me to get a very easy shot on anyone I'm versing, and it just works against any player. So I'm allowed to get a little pre-fire right here. I build up, Then as I slow down here, he drops down, but from there I just take height and easily clap him. That was a pretty clean clip, I'm not gonna lie. Now, because there's not too many people left and I do have launch pads, I pick a fight out of zone. This first guy doesn't block off anything, so easy elim. The next player is in a half box in the floor, so I just out DPS him with a P90. It's pretty simple. I also use angle swapping to take the wall on the other side that he wasn't holding, which is really good if you're on high ping and want to take walls. Also, I have like 90 big pots, so I don't really need to risk taking any damage. After I get shot up here, I try to go for some tags on this guy, but then he just dips and like teleports away and gives me the free high ground. That was really good. Now I go up to box up on high and I make sure I'm using hard mats so no one tries to shoot at me and it'll be super hard for people to break my walls. After looking around for a while, I hear some people fighting below me, so I go out of my box to look for some shots. Unfortunately, I don't find any tags, so I just get back straight into my box. I mark the zone so I can see where it is easily to plan out my rotate. Rotating is super underrated in these really unstacked arena lobbies, but it's actually really important and can get you easy wins like this one. I beam this guy a bunch as he goes for the supply drops and I decide to push him. Unfortunately, he launch pads away, but it actually turns out good for me because I get to reuse his pad. Then as I land, my double movement was like bugging out, so I had to chill and turn it off before I go back into the fight. I literally could not build anything here, bro. It was bugging out so hard. Then I do a really good job of baiting this guy with the P90 to get a fat pump shot and easy kill. Baiting people's builds is something I try to do a lot, it's actually really OP. And then as I spray the last guy, second last guy, he gets sniped in the head and I was very sad. But it was actually good for me because I knew that this guy had a sniper, so I hoped he wouldn't have anything OP like chug cannon or triple heals with like flops or something. He pads to front side, so I get some free tags on him before he lands, and this gives me a health advantage. Then, because there's trees above him and he can't see me, I can use my launch pad to get to front side without getting hit. You always want to be front side of zone in these endgames so you can spray back at people who are pressured by the zone. Right here I'm able to cut off all his exits, but he goes into storm and tanks a few ticks to get ahead of me. This was actually a really good play by that guy and it allows him to launch pad all the way up to my old build fight. But unfortunately for this kid, just watch what I do to him. All of these side jumps and retakes are without double movement, by the way. I still had it turned off at this point. Pretty clean, I know. If you want some more content, watch this video on screen now about the best creative maps in the game. Bye.